So many things happened a long time ago. A long time ago, so many things happened that caused transformation. Transformation of the look of damn near all dogs, but most definitely the Bulldog. The transformation came in, and I'm telling you, they took this dog with legs, and they done some things to this dog with legs. They took this dog that really had a muzzle, really had a snout. He had a snout right there. Look at him. And he had a head. And he had a head on him. He had a nice broad chest. This is a Bulldog. I don't know if it's an English Bulldog, but this is a Bulldog. One of the traits that's in the American Bully. This is a Bulldog that has Frenchie in it, don't it? If I'm not mistaken, didn't the French Bulldog help to create the English Bulldog? If I'm not mistaken, somebody can let me know if I'm not mistaken. Because if that's a fact, that the Frenchie helped to create the English and the Pug helped to create the Frenchie, and the Tibetan Mastiff helped to create the Pug, wouldn't it be safe to say that this dog right here has traces of Tibetan Mastiff in his lineage? I mean, wouldn't it be safe to say that? I don't know. I just want to get you guys' opinion. If this is an English Bulldog, and they say that English, I could be mistaken on this, but I want y'all to let me know too. And they say that English Bulldog was created from the Frenchie, right? And the Frenchie was created from the Pug, okay? And the Pug was created from the Tibetan Mastiff. Isn't it safe to say that this dog and all of y'all English Bulldogs, isn't it safe to say that he has traces of Tibetan Mastiff in him? I mean, because back in the days, these dogs had curly whipped tails. They had curly whipped tails. Some of them had a curly whipped tail. The Tibetan Mastiff had that curly whipped tail. That's why when you look at the old school Pugs from 100 years ago, I'm going to have to show some of those. From 100 years ago, they had a whipped tail. The whip tail came from the Tibetan Mastiff. And there was a lot of terriers bred in what was it? There was a lot of terriers bred in to help create this Pug. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a big dog. He actually came from the Tibetan Mastiff. So this dog right here is a Bulldog, which is full of terrier. I mean, all these dogs were bred the same way. If you go down their lineage, they were all bred the same way. Okay, that's how they used to look. Like a full-fledged pit bull. Like a straight full-fledged pit bull. He had a body. He had a tail. He was even brindle. And he had nice ears. See, now you get them brown and white Bulldogs. I like the Bulldogs like the British Bulldogs. And the British Bulldogs, aren't they called English Bulldogs? But the ones that are British Bulldogs, they have that brindle on them. They look really, really pretty. They look really, really pretty. I like those. I like brindle period on the Bulldog. And white. I like that more than brown. But this is a big old Bulldog. I wonder why he's a big Bulldog. You know, they was breeding them to terriers. So he's got some terrier in him. You can see that terrier is nice. It don't matter what you put terrier in. As long as he's a big dog, it's going to come out right. He won't have the most structured body. He won't have the best structured body because when you take him and you blend them to the shit that you finna put him to, you're going to mess up part of the body. You're going to mess up part of the body. You know, and most terriers just look the same when it comes to their body shape. You can look at a dog like this one and tell that he's terrier. There's no way you can't tell that that dog ain't terrier. The boxer wasn't even around. The boxer wasn't even here yet. This is a bulldog. That's inside of your American bully. Not this bulldog. This one is in brachiocephalic. See? He has a muzzle. Everybody, if you notice, most people who create dogs like to create a dog that can breathe. Now, when you look at that dog's eyes, he got them round circular eyes. See? That's 100-year-ago picture. And you can still see them circular eyes on that dog. This picture was taken 100 years ago. Okay? And you can still see the circular motion on that dog's eyes. Now, y'all go on and say that's not a bulldog trait now. Look at his eyes. Is the tip of his nose pointed up a little bit? Is the tip of that nose pointed up a little bit? This 100-year-ago picture. And you can see those circular eyes. And you can see he had ears. And the ears used to stand up 100 years ago. But most definitely they had them circular eyes. And they had a snout too. That's a bulldog right there. That's a bulldog. Now, that's when they kind of started going a different direction, you know, because he looked a little bit old fucked up right there. You know, he got a high booty going on, you know. Look at his back. Oh, no. He got that dip in his back. He putting his hands up on his hips. Look at his teeth. He got that underbite thing going on, that overbite thing. That's when they got to just, I guess, inbreeding the shit out of him. And this how they look at his teeth. Look at his teeth. He look mean and mad and ferocious. He looks mean and mad and ferocious. That, I don't know. Whoever did that breeding, they was tripping. I gotta say, look at his bowed out arms. High booty, bowed out arms, underbite. He is seriously in some trouble right now. And he looked like he got some feet problems going on. Look at his feet. Oh, he fucked up. He all fucked up right here. Oh, this one right here. Oh, no. He not a good example of a good dog. He's a very good example of a bad dog. The dogs we be talking about. Look at his feet. Look at his feet. Oh, man. Look at his feet. Oh, that's terrible. Look at his feet. His feet look horrible. But he's a bulldog. Look at his boo-boo. All up there in the air. Look at that. That's terrible. And then you look at his face. Okay? Well, look at them eyes, though. Oh, fuck. He look mean. Look at them eyes. Man, he looked ferocious. He looked, oh, they was in, see, he mad because they even made him. That's what he mad at. Yeah, he pretty mad right now because they even made him. He didn't deserve all that. You know what I'm saying? No, he didn't deserve this. They got him taking pictures like he one of them beauties too. He not a beauty. But he is, oh my gosh, look at, oh no, we're going to go on and go to another page. You know, this what a bull, uh-oh. There go your Bulldogs of today. That's your Bulldogs of today. See his nose almost gone? Completely almost bred the nose of today's Bulldogs away. Look at those circular eyes. I'll never forget the eyes. Look at the eyes. Sometimes you got to take a good look. Oh, man, look at his mouth. You got that underbite lockjaw thing going on right there. See? You can look at his face and tell he looked like one of today's bullies. Y'all know y'all see today's bullies in that dog's face. Look at his face. You can look at his face and see today's bully in that face. Now, this is an old school picture of Bulldogs. They stood on 4 legs, man. They actually had a whole tail. Look at that tail. They had whole tails. This is a female. She had a whole tail. They was big. They was broad. Why would you want to take them and shrivel them down to what they are today? This is also inside of the American Bully, but not these dogs. See, I wanted to show you historical dogs that's inside of the American Bully because today's dogs are brachiocephalic dogs. But these are the dogs that should have been inside the American Bully. They are Bulldog. I guess they was just too big. Look at the size. That's a pretty brindle Bulldog. Seems for some odd reason, 100 years ago, they used to breed brindle Bulldogs. Today, they're not brindle. They're not brindle today. Don't understand that part. You got a lot of brown Bulldogs, lots of fine Bulldogs. Brindles and tricolors. That's what you got today. But as you can see right there, historically, they come from brindles. When you're having Bulldogs and you don't have brindles, that's a problem in itself right there. Now, can you look at these dogs and say, well, those are American Bulldogs? I think that these are just Bulldogs because they wasn't even breeding American Bulldogs 100 years ago. If they was, correct me, throw the facts up. If they was, correct me, throw the facts up. I'll do some history on that dog too because one by one, I'm pointing these dogs out that's inside the American Bully. And, you know, some of the dogs just happen to look different from the dogs that you originally own today. You own little small ass dogs that come up to this dog's hawks. But this is the original. This right here is an original Bulldog. See, when you decided to destroy the American Bully, that was afterwards. The American Bully got destroyed afterwards. This motherfucker got destroyed first. Before the Bully. You took his color away. You took his height. You took his health. These look like healthy dogs. Them dogs look healthy. See, when you're talking about dogs, you just want to talk about the whole damn dog. Sometimes dogs that look like they are still premature and should still be in their mother's womb have been bred the wrong way. They all over the internet and all in the shelters. Original stuff you just completely took away. Like, why? You don't want to see the dog in his natural formation? Because that's it right there. See? That's it. I understand. But we're going to look at another one. Whoa, he's beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen a Bulldog around here that beautiful. Standing that tall. Look how tall he stands. Let's go zoom in on that face, on that nose. That nose look really small, brachiocephalic, tremendously. So old picture 100 years ago, but damn. You know, I heard old folk tale that they used to hit these dogs in the nose to make their noses smaller. That's just what I heard now. I don't know. They say they would hit them in the nose with hammers and break their noses and things and make their noses smaller. If you ever done some shit like that, you really need to be in jail. You are a straight up psycho. Something is wrong with you. You are a menace. I done seen people around here menace people, tie firecrackers around a cat's tail and set it off. That ain't funny. It's not funny. I mean, I know they didn't set the cat tail on fire. He running around in circles and the firecrackers just going off and they busting up laughing. I didn't seen it. I didn't seen it, man. So if you hitting dogs in the face with hammers and mallets and stuff just to shorten his muzzle up, don't do that because his muzzle look like it been shortened. Damn. I wonder how they got his muzzle so small on that big old body. That's incredible right there. You know what? The dog originated from the Pekingese. Yeah, the English Bulldog. This dog originated from the Pekingese, Chinese Pekingese. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the dog originated from the Pekingese. That's where he come from. See, that's where he get that face from. How many of you people can look at that dog and see Pekingese? Literally, look at that dog and say if you can see Pekingese. Because that's where they come from. This dog was crossed with Pekingese back in the days. And that's what's inside your American Bully. So your American Bully should have traces of Pekingese in it too. One by one, just going down the line of some of these dogs that allegedly made the American Bully. Man, when you see some of these dogs, you're going to wonder why your dog looked the way it looked. I mean, that's a perfect height for an exotic. Exotic dog should be that tall right there. An exotic dog should be that tall right there. Is that a tail? No, I had to zoom out because I was looking at too close at his shaboink thing. You could tell your boy shit. There you go right there. A Pekingese cross to a damn terrier. You got the Bulldog. That's the ancient Bulldog when he had legs, when he could run. But that one right there looked awfully sick. Look at his nose. Even 100 years ago, it's safe to say these things were sick back then. Let's look at his eyes. Let's look at his eyes. Let's get a good Bulldog eyesight trait here. Would you call those round? Yeah, I call them round. I call them round too. Because one thing about it is the Bulldog will never probably have an almond eye shape. You see they black around the eyelids? 100 years ago it was black around the eyelids. And if they had ears like that 100 years ago, man, you should have left them ears alone, because them some badass ears right there. Them some nice ears right there, okay? For real. It's a Bulldog. That's a beautiful Bulldog. It's an all-white Bulldog. All-white Bulldog. Skin pigmentation thing going on right there. Can't take them out in the sun too much. Gotta rub some suntan lotion on the dog. Soothe his skin. Skin pigmentation where he can't grow no color. Sometimes you see people take two white dogs and put them together. You know, two white dogs can create you more skin pigmentations and can possibly create you some other problems too. I could see alopecia coming along with that. Hair loss. That dog clearly has an underbite. Round circular eyes. Nice ass ears. Man, one thing I could say about the Bulldog, even of the old school, he had nice ears. He had some nice ears. Now that dog's got better feet than the other Bulldog. 100-year ago picture, man. Of dogs that should be in the American Bully, but they have been transformed. They look different. This isn't the dog that's in the American Bully. Look at the headpiece that's on that dog. You wouldn't have never bred to another dog if you could have got that. But you're not getting that from today's Bulldogs. Not the Bulldogs of today, because they've been crossed up too. They don't even throw out the same kind of bulldog. This is an ancient bulldog, and it's all white. They supposed to be throwing out all whites. Have you been noticing the colors? Let me see what that last color was. All white. And it looked like he got some brindle on his back. What that last color was. All whites with brindles. Brindle. Okay? That's their original color. For y'all who got them bulldogs. That is their original color. Brindle and white. They probably had some of them fawn dogs and peach colored dogs and chocolate dogs you got. They damn sure ain't had no Merle dog. Merle just disqualify him. He's just pretty. That's all we could say about him. But that motherfucker ain't never been in no history. He ain't gonna be in history. People don't even accept the dog right now. And he's trying to make history. It's a whole different dog. Did you imagine putting Merle on that white? It's already got alopecia. It's already got a skin pigmentation. Then you come running with some Merle. Another germ. And fuck him up with it. You put another disease in there and mess him up with it. That's what you did. Look at that. Ain't nobody out here got a bulldog that look like that. You don't got no bulldog that look like that. Look at the size of that bulldog. He can actually take a seat. Let's look at his face. Man, that is a nice bulldog face. And if you was paying attention, you could see that their ears always remain the same. 100 years ago, their ears remained the same. Even when they got bigger, he looked like a boxer. I have to say, that's a nice dog. I'd take him. Name him Muggletone. I'd take him right there. I'll take him right there. Have him be calling him Muggletone. There you go. Look at that brindle on him. Look at those ears. Eye shape never changes. You could tell they put something else in him, though, because he was looking too damn mean. Boy, he's nice, though. 100 years ago. This is the dog, one of the dogs that was supposed to have been an American bully. So now you know when you have a litter of these bulldogs, you throw them to a American bully, you could get a throwback dog, possibly, off that blood. You get a dog that look like this from a bulldog American bully breed, you might have got a throwback. Look at him. He's pretty. That's pretty right there. This was before the American Bulldog. Look at him. That's before the American Bulldog. He's pretty. He all out pretty right there. One of the breeds that's supposed to be in the bully. Right here is a picture of pugs. These are pugs. See the whiptails on them? See the whiptail on that pug? See the fur on them? See the straight muzzles on them? You see that? The whiptails, the fur, the straight muzzle. All of that came from the Tibetan Mastiff. All of that, what you looking at? That whiptail, that fur. See that fur? There's fur on that dog. Look at them furry dogs. Look at their noses. And when you see their noses, long and pointy, that's how the pugs started off. Long and pointy. Their nose was never ever pushed in. This dog right here look cray right here, boy. Ooh-wee. But they started off long and pointy. You know where they got that long and pointy nose from? The Tibetan Mastiff. Same place they got that whip tail. Same place they got that fur. This is how the Mastiff plays an extreme role inside of the American Bully. And then you take the dogs and you shorten them down, right? And the only way you can do that is with the Frenchie. And you take the Frenchie and, you take the puppies and you breed them back Bully. But you look for specific dogs to cross them with. Dogs with the muggle tone faces. They got the muggle faces. See, dogs with the muggle face will alert you off top that there's some bulldog blood inside of the lineage of this dog. Probably not these dogs here, but that's an indication to you guys. When you see a dog, see that pug's face? They're not supposed to have pushed in faces at all. They're not even supposed to have it. These dogs were crossed to the Tibetan Mastiff. Well, these dogs were not crossed to the Tibetan Mastiff. The Tibetan Mastiff was crossed to a different dog to mate the Pugs. Then they took the Tibetan Mastiff puppies when they crossed it when they crossed the Tibetan Mastiff. They took the puppies and they crossed those to all sorts of terrier dogs. This is the reason why can't nobody really pinpoint what the lineage of a pug is either. It's kind of hard to pinpoint the lineage of a pug. I think that Tibetan Mastiff bred to a terrier. I'm not actually sure again. But he bred. I think it was to a terrier to create these dogs and to create the pups. And from the pups, they took the pups and they made them breed to all sorts of little terrier dogs. Now, they went all across the world doing this. Spain, England, China. So can you imagine the dogs they incorporated along the way? They were all small dogs, but they all had a Tibetan cross to them. See, if you want to get the noses back longer on this dog right here, the pug, you should take one of these boys and try to run his ass back to a Tibetan Mastiff and get some pups and use those pups to clean your blood. There's a way you can do it. You got to breed the terriers just like they did. You got to be a breeder. You guys are breeders. That's what you said, you was a breeder. But you don't really breed the dogs to make them look like this. You breed the dogs to make them unhealthy and smaller. Brachiocephalic. The slits in their noses are getting so small. I wish I could see the slits in these guys' noses. You need to really pay attention to the slits in your dog's noses. Making sure they're getting proper air. Breed the damn dogs to breathe. Most of the ancient dogs were bred to a big dog to create the dog that you probably got in your living room today. So don't be afraid to breed your dog back to a big dog once you see you didn't completely torn it apart. But once again, man, I just had to show these dogs because like I always do around this time. Welcome to another episode of Face the Bully. For the last couple days I've been gone. Like I told you guys, I had a death in the family and it was not cool. Unexpected too. But he was 68 years old, He lived a long one. You know what I'm saying? He done his thing. It kind of hurt, but I can't let it stop the show. I know, sometimes y'all got to understand pain to stop things. Don't let the pain stop it, man. Let the pain influence you to go harder so that you be strong out here in life. And stay educated on your dogs if this is the craft that you're choosing. Because one day you might come across people who are educated on your dogs and might not want to talk about that American bully that's on the ground that's crossed up with Super Mastiff. I've already found at least 8 Mastiffs in the American bully, and I'm still going. I usually like to talk face to face, but right now there's nothing to talk about but dogs. And that's what we're going to keep doing right here on Face the Bully.